Well, guys, we've made it another week. It's time for another episode of the Fuck My Life podcast, episode 36. Made it very far. Ryan, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. It's a Monday. Fuck my life. Had a weird weekend. Did take a nap today, which was nice. I'm never gonna turn down a nap, at least when I can. But yeah, 36 weeks. It's
Yeah,
basically a child, you know.
I
Like
guess that's a way to put it.
what is it, full term? Like 38 to 40 weeks or something. So we're like at this point, we're
Yeah,
pretty committed to this thing. Unless like right now would be a late third trimester abortion if we killed the show right now. So we might
it's
as well
true.
see it
We're in
all the
it for
way
the long
through.
haul,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah, we might as well see it all the way through.
Yeah, that's true. You seem energetic. Maybe your nap helped. At least, it's not like you're feeling a sudden will to live. It's not like a couple months ago when you were happy go lucky, the sun was shining, the rainbows were rainbowing. You seem a little energetic, but we're gonna cover plenty of topics that are gonna piss you off. So that's good.
That's good. You got to always bring me back to the status quo. Um, but yeah, my I was there was a period of time there where
Phew.
I was on cloud nine, Vera. And then
Yeah.
life happens. So it is what it is.
Yeah, that's how it goes. But guys, tonight we're gonna cover a bunch of random shit per usual. We're gonna talk about a new Star Fox game. I know Ryan is a furry who loves Fox McCloud. Wrote some articles from Kotaku on the topic, so happy that we get him here to hear his opinion and get his expertise on it. I couldn't get through that with a straight face.
Yeah, hold
Fuck.
up, hold up, hold up.
I
Okay?
just saw you glaring.
Like I do really like Fox McCloud and I love Star
You
Fox and I have
really
ever since
like
I was a
him,
kid.
yeah.
Get that furry shit away from me, okay? Don't put that on me. I liked Fox
Hey,
before any of these fucking furries came out in
to be
public and put their
fair,
degeneracy
okay,
out there for
when
display.
I when I made that post a few weeks ago, there were like 5 people that tagged me in that, tagging you, being like, "Hey, can we get Ryan's take on this?" So I had to start some kind of rumor in response. Come on.
It's so fucking stupid. I think
Yeah.
like the idea of a new Star Fox game, I'm not gonna lie, that's something I might actually buy for the Nintendo Switch, okay? I'm I
Well,
I would be tempted.
apparently the journos don't want you to buy it because they're saying that it's going to be boring. It's going to rehash the same shit. I don't know if you saw that article. I put it in the chat, but that's going to piss you off. So,
Whatever. They got to do something contrary to get their clicks, and
oh
they'll get them
yeah.
from us tonight, I guess.
Yeah, true.
Star Fox 64 genuinely was one of I think the games that I probably played the most on 64 would certainly GoldenEye, no doubt about that one. Um, just me, myself, and I, Mario 64, obviously. Banjo Kazooie's probably up there.
Ooh, yeah.
Banjo Kazooie
Yeah.
and Star Fox, 1,000%. I played the fuck out of those games.
Yep. So many good ones, but apparently a new Star Fox is not okay to some people on the internet. So we're gonna cover that. We'll cover that first, just so Ryan will be pissed off for the rest of the stream. We're gonna talk about Star Wars Marathon. A lot of directors either being exposed for hating the medium that they're now adapting, which is video games to movies or shows, with Far Cry and Call of Duty. We're gonna talk about Xbox. Lots of bullshit. Yeah. Really quickly, let me get these and then we'll get into it. Dev, thank you for the 199 shots. At $50, if we took a shot every time there was a 199, we'd be dead
We'd be
within an
dead.
hour.
Maybe we should change it. Maybe we,
Ryan, you if you want to take a shot for every 199, brother, you fucking go for it.
this would
But
be the
I am gonna not.
this would be the stream for me to do it because if I did pass out on stream, it's not my stream. You know what I mean?
That's true. I could just put you out of the into the lobby, the behind the scenes. But yeah, I will
exactly.
not be joining you. But hey, you're free to.
I
I'm not
don't
gonna
think
die.
in good conscience could. So
I
we
know.
gotta keep it at 50, otherwise
It's
we'll
not like
die.
you would do it for free anyway. I mean, if enough people bullied you in chat, you'd be like, "Shit, I guess I will. I don't. I have to deliver." So
It
it's not
depends
like.
on the night. But
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true. Juan Gal, thank you for the 2. Happy birthday, Ryan. Yesterday, congrats, boss. I know Ryan's such a champ. Happy birthday.
It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday, chief.
I know it's not. Our
It's
birthdays are
like as
pretty
far away
close to
from my
each
birth.
other.
It's almost as far away from my birthday as you can get.
That's
Like
true. Yeah.
my birthday is in fucking November, in the middle of November. So
Yeah.
like middle of May is the furthest you could get away from it on either side. Like, but no, it is not. It's not my birthday.
Corey, thank you for the 5. Are y'all in opposite sides of the same room? Love the Niners helmet. Ryan, what do you think of the Niners draft picks? No, we are not. I guess technically, like in the room I'm in, yeah, and I don't know how large Ryan's room is, but like I guess technically there is enough space, but like that's the door and then it cuts off. So it'd be like right there, which sounds horrific. I don't
No,
know.
we are not in this. We are not in the same fucking room. We're not
Yeah.
even in the same state or the
It's
same area
completely
of the
different
country.
lighting as well. Like, what would it be? A fucking palace-sized like room? Like, you have a completely different set. But I get it.
It's we are not in the same room. We're not even close. I've never even seen Vera in real life.
That's true.
It is a Niners helmet. I have a bunch of helmets up here. I'm not really a Niners fan, but I am a fan of Joe Montana and Jerry Rice, who have signed that helmet. The Niners picks, they didn't have a lot to work with. I'm not super impressed with what they did, but obviously they didn't have a ton of picks to begin with. So not super impressed with the Bears. That's my actual team, the Chicago Bears. I'm not super impressed with their draft either.
Yeah. Well,
Bear, what'd you think about the Patriots draft? You big New England fan, you?
no idea. It's great. Love the Patriots. Go Patriots. I don't fucking care about sports. So, yeah.
Fair.
Maybe one day I'll have some great commentary to give, but that's definitely not today. Net Steeler, thank you for the 2. Happy belated birthday, Rick.
Thanks, Net Steeler. My name's not Rick. It's not my birthday, but
It's all right, champ. David Smart Jr., thank you for the 5 months. I resigned to this panel because you rock. Hail Ryan, hail Vera. Vera, did you see the movie The Rise of Leslie Vernon? It's an excellent horror movie. I have not, I don't think. When did it come out? 2006? Yeah, I haven't seen this. I feel like I would remember this. It doesn't have a notable cast, though, besides Robert Englund. But I've not. Maybe one day I'll watch it, though, if you recommend it. Thank you for the 5 months.
I
Ryan
haven't seen
doesn't
it.
watch movies, so yeah.
I watch tons of movies. Have you seen Michael?
I've not seen it yet, no. You saw it, right?
Yeah. You
You
better
liked
see
it?
it before your fucking Fancy Wednesday show.
I'll watch it.
You should.
Yeah, I will.
I'm pretty sure Wicked liked it, so
she did, yeah.
Yeah, so I figure you guys are going to talk about that. I thought it was really good. I'm not a Michael Jackson fanatic or mega fan or whatever. But I obviously like a lot of Michael Jackson songs, and it was a blast. It was fun.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. So they've already greenlit a sequel, which I personally almost don't want them to do a sequel, because you start getting into stuff like in that era that obviously is the controversial Michael Jackson stuff, which of it, I think basically all of it is bullshit. And I think all of it's been I think all of it's been pretty well documented how bullshit a lot of the things are. However, once you're in that era, it's impossible to not present one side or the other of it. And I think once you get into that era, like the sequel they're talking about, even if I would fucking love what they put out, I think you're in danger of like of people being mad about the way it's portrayed for one way or the other. You know what I
Exactly,
mean?
yeah. Yeah,
So
I do. But hey, at least a lot of people are liking it. I'm sure that I'll like it. I just haven't gotten a chance to see it yet, so I will soon though. Jason Nelson, thank you for the 2. How's a WNBA workplace romance different than a 9 to 5?
you asking me?
I don't Do you
Well,
have
I
any
just made a
context?
video on Sports Wars about 2 lesbians who are now on the same team and don't want to talk about their like personal
Oh,
relationships.
gotcha,
Um,
gotcha.
well, like the difference is if you have a say a relationship in the office with somebody, you guys have a bad breakup. One, everything that's going on isn't necessarily dependent on the chemistry between you and that one person when you're talking about a sport when there's 5 people on the floor. You're also not tied up in millions and millions and millions of dollars with these players and making decisions whether to hire somebody, maybe if that was influenced by like what lesbian they're fingering or licking at the time. So I do think it's a big difference. And I absolutely think that if LeBron James and Luka Doncic were butt fucking each other, if they were in a gay relationship, and it was public knowledge, I absolutely think it would be of public interest. That's why.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that crazy of a fucking stance to take, but yeah, I don't have any other context. So thank you for that. Thank you for that TLDR, Ryan. Much appreciated.
That's why I'm here.
Very colorful language as well. I really appreciate the descriptors.
Uh, Over on Rumble, Mad Dog says, I don't know what your thoughts on Daredevil are, but I checked out of the first couple episodes. Just watched 4 and 5. I got to be honest, I really like them. Haven't seen last week's though. I think Daredevil's fucking trash. I genuinely think that this season of Daredevil Born Again is just as bad, if not worse, than the first one. Mainly because I don't know why this show is called Daredevil. I'm rewatching the first season of Daredevil right now, and it's so fucking good. And
It
do you know
is.
what
Yes.
the first couple seasons of Daredevil on Netflix have? They have Daredevil and Matt Murdock. That is
Hmm.
the fucking focus.
Yep.
Not
Exactly.
just Daredevil fighting people, but Matt Murdock as a person and his
Yes.
interactions with people. Now, where we are in Daredevil Born Again, when Matt Murdock has disappeared from everybody, you only see him as Daredevil, and you only see him when he's fighting people, essentially. And
Yep.
yes, they do a little 5-minute try to recreate a fucking scene
It's
from
not
Netflix. Like,
enough. It's not fucking good.
no, there's just too many
Yeah.
fucking characters. BB and the fucking dumb cuck who works for Kingpin. And there's too many things going on that I don't care about that aren't Daredevil.
I feel like this
Um,
is such a big problem with a lot of superhero base, and it's not even just superhero at this fucking point. It happens with everything, but they take a large cast of characters and then they shove them at you hoping that they're going to get another spin-off because like one character is going to blow up, one character is going to be beloved, like what one character is going to be above the rest, and then they're going to be able to make another show and another show and another show, and I hate that so much. The lead character needs to be the fucking focus, and that's it, plain and simple.
yeah,
It's not like a Game of Thrones where you're supposed to have an ensemble cast.
I just wish they hadn't made the decision to kill off Foggy and do all this. Like, just give us what we even if it's a semblance of what we had with Netflix, even if it's not exactly up to snuff. If we can please just have freaking Foggy and Karen and Matt working in the law office, doing lawyer fucking things. Like, obviously not Karen, but you know what I mean. Like, that's what the show's missing because it's just not that.
Yeah,
I'm fucking sick of it, man.
you know,
Mad
it's
Dog
life.
likes it though. He got hooked. He finished 5 and he's hooked and he really liked it. He liked
Well, that's
because they were
good.
leaning in on Foggy and Wesley in episode 5. Yeah, it's a flashback though. It's a flashback
Yeah,
to try to recontextualize and add in a character
right.
who is never fucking present to make you think that they're important. And I just, yeah, I like seeing Foggy again, but that's not enough to make me think it's good. Mad Dog says, Vera, I want the complete first 3 books of Red Rising to send to Ryan. I got to leave early to get to the post office before it closes, but he promised he would read, at least get to Golden Sun.
Good books. Highly recommend. You're gonna
And
like
then
them.
Deeds, Minnesota, with a gifted subscription over on
Woo!
Rumble. Thanks, Deeds.
Nice. Corey, thank you for the two. Thank you for the two. Thank you. 50 cumulative or a 51 of. I don't. Is this like in reference to like one night stands or what?
Where is your mind going right
Whenever
now?
I see 51 of, or then 50 with like the same line of discussion, that's what I think of. Yeah, it is.
No, I could be wrong, but I believe Chief Corey Nelson is referring to a $50 chat for a shot, or say if
Hey,
somebody
completely off base.
or or if somebody donated like 10 fives, would that count
Yeah.
towards the
Um,
shot? I believe that's what he's
if I
asking.
guess if it's like one person, then yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't think he's asking about sexual histories.
Hey, I'm not trying to stir the pot, but sometimes Corey gets a little sus. So that's probably why I thought that.
All right.
Corey, listen. Sometimes your questions are a little weird, but that's okay. Yeah. I guess it depends. Like if it's one person, then that's fine. It's good for the 50. Listen, Ryan would just do chat total. Ryan always is good for a shot. Me, I mean, a shot's fine. A shot's fun. But
I kind of need it. I desperately, like, when I see that first one, I'm like, well, one, I like a $50 super chat because that's awesome because it's $50. But also, I'm like, fuck yeah, I have an excuse to drink. Thank you.
yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Mega Sheen, thank you for the 199. Ryan, sing us a song.
I don't have any that are coming to mind right now.
I think you need to do like a specific song, and then that's when he's gonna decide if he would sing a song. And
I don't like to be forced into it. I don't like to be like raped into singing a song. I like to have it come about naturally, you know?
Yeah, well, we all know you're good at the Disney songs when you're drunk as fuck. So.
Well, hold on. I'm good at them all the time.
Are you?
But I might only like be ready to sing them when I have a couple.
Fair enough. And Net Stealer, thank you for the 5. Ryan, what the fuck is this? Ryan.
It's your channel. You have to
No,
read it.
I'm saying, is this a reference? Ryan's name is actually Japanese. His full name is Ricky Tiki Tempo Natso Rambo Una Smoochie Gama Gamera Gucci. So Ryan for short. What the fuck?
I have no understanding of it. This is not some sort of inside reference. This is just Net Stealer's fucked up brain.
Hey, I'm just making sure that it's not a reference that I just don't fucking get. It seems so specific. So.
As far as I know, I have no understanding of what that is. I don't believe that's my given name. I don't think I look all that Japanese, but who knows?
Yeah, that's true. But let's get into Star Fox because I know that Ryan, this is one of your I guess I don't want to say one of your favorite characters, but I would probably say one of your favorite video game characters.
If you're gonna talk about like Nintendo, like the Nintendo universe, yes, Fox McCloud probably is one of my favorite characters. And Star Fox is one of my favorite like IPs, I guess. I'm not a huge Nintendo person, so take that as you will. But yeah, I have a lot of nostalgia and love for Star Fox and for Fox.
But I mean, we've been hearing a lot of rumors about new Nintendo games that are apparently either going to be greenlit or either in development. Ocarina of Time remake is one we've talked about a lot over the past couple of weeks. It's been a big like point of discussion for if Nintendo is actually going to announce it, but apparently they're planning to announce a Star Fox game alongside OOT, not necessarily releasing them this year, but at least talking about them and acknowledging their existence. Nate the Hate said, I have zero doubt in the Star Fox project. Hell, VGC and a French journalist have spoken about the game and back the info of it coming in June. If it doesn't get revealed this month as planned, it simply means Nintendo made a marketing pivot and adjusted the timeline a touch. I enjoy seeing the revisionist history around Splatoon Raiders when you had people doubting it would even release this year just days before I dropped this episode. And he did say the Splatoon Raiders game would be a summer game when there was basically no evidence to support that at the time. And now that the discussion of a new Star Fox game's announcement has happened, that means that the journos are being absolute fucking retards, and Polygon is saying the next Star Fox game should not retread what has come before. So basically, just ignore what made Star Fox successful and completely reboot it, completely change it, completely alter it, and start from square one. Make it modern audience slop, basically. That's what they want.
Yeah, so in principle, like in principle, do I want just a straight copy paste kind of like rail shooter, whatever? Do you know what I mean? In principle, I can kind of
you don't want like a
understand.
copy and paste, but you also
Right.
don't want it to be so wildly different that like it doesn't represent what made Star Fox special in the first place.
Yeah, I agree. Like on one hand, like if taking the at face value and giving it like the best assumptions on a headline like that, I could see why you wouldn't want just straight up copy and paste. But it should absolutely be a Star Fox game.
Yeah. Well, they
Yeah.
say things like, oh, the reason why they wanted to make this was because the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which I understand. I do think that it introduced people to this character. I think that it made people interested in this character. And it also is a very good opportunity to market a game based off of. And Nintendo knows that. Nintendo understands that. So I don't think it's very far fetched that like this would be the general timeline, though they're saying, although they're excited about Star Fox making a comeback, I'm worried that the series will play it safe. And then they say to make this most of this moment, the most of this moment, they meant to say retards, the Star Fox series needs to move out of the ever-looming shadow of Star Fox 64. The fact that the leaker of the new Star Fox game said it would be classic style leaves me a bit worried. This entry could be a simple nostalgia play. And sure, companies just constantly milking nostalgia is annoying, but how long has it been since we've gotten a fucking Star Fox game? And yes, Star Fox 64 is widely seen as the most I don't know, nostalgic. I don't want to quite say like the best. In my opinion, it's the best. In a lot of people's opinion, it's the best. But classic style should not be seen as a negative term. And nobody else is saying this except for these absolute retards.
Yeah, I just want to like note that whether you're down there in that the screenshot from right there or the cover screenshot, Slippy Toad always looks retarded. Just
Yes.
always. Slippy is a fucking pile of shit, and Falco always looks like a badass because he is a badass. You know,
I
who's the
had a
fucking?
Slippy plush a long time ago.
Of course you did.
Like when I was
That's
fucking like
disgusting.
11 or 12.
Slippy sucks.
I,
And
I
I enjoy the fact
shit.
that
I
enjoy,
like Slippy.
if that's not surprising based on your personality, but like I love that they took a shot at Slippy in the
Yeah,
Super Mario Galaxy movie.
I
Like that was
agree.
so perfect because everybody hates Slippy.
Yeah.
But
I love him, but I also do hate him, yeah. Like it's a very love-hate relationship. I love to hate him.
yeah, it's like it's not surprising that they would launch a new Star Fox game after putting him in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I mean, they announced that he was going to be in the movie a week before because I think they knew the reception that they would get. I think it's a good idea. I think it's a great idea. I would love for the game to be good. I would probably buy it regardless of whatever anybody said it was going to be, just because it's been so long since I've played a Star Fox game. Now, I use Fox McCloud all the time in Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
All the time. And Corneria is the best map. Don't even play any games. That is the best map, bar none, and on any Super Smash Brothers game, period. So
Yeah, I mean, for
I love
me,
Fox.
I think that like a standalone sequel with gameplay similar to 64 is just the best direction to take it in. I don't quite know, like, My thing is that Star Fox is great, but I also feel like like I don't know, new Nintendo or modern Nintendo, they love to do wacky shit nobody asked for. Like Donkey
Yeah.
Kong Bonanza. I thought it was fun, but also that's not what I would have expected. Mario Odyssey. Loved Mario Odyssey, also not what I expected. And so this is the issue is that nothing is basically off limits to them, and they will completely change a formula or leave a formula in the past that is proven to be successful just because they are trying to market to a younger new audience. And we know that they'll fucking TikTokify brain rot, make content for the fucking lowest common denominator and fucking 5-year-old. So what is a new Star Fox even gonna look like? I don't know.
What is the there's a fucking female member of the team too.
Oh,
I forget what that whore's name is.
fucking hell, what's her name? It starts with an A, I think, but I don't remember
Ashley?
what it is.
That's kind of a gay name, Ashley.
Ashley. Oh, Crystal.
Oh, that's gay too. It's nowhere close to an A name.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, it's not. I thought there was one that started with an A. I guess not. I guess I'm fucking insane, but yeah.
So like that would be one of the things that
she'd be the
about.
fucking lead. So
right, yeah.
Congrats, guys.
Of all the things that I worry about, that would be one of the things, you know.
Yeah. That's the worst part. So unfortunately, it's like, yeah, I would love it, but it's like with Knights of the Old Republic. I would love KOTOR remake. I would love a KOTOR follow-up. But the problem is who would be making it nowadays and what they would change and what they would alter and how they would try to rejuvenate things. So it would probably be trash. And that
what I
sucks.
don't want are the same things we saw with the movie and all these degenerate furry fucks coming out of the woodwork, right? And
that's what you're gonna get.
It's just a thing with Nintendo fans, all right? It's a thing with Nintendo fans. The amount of people that have these weird obsessions over Yoshi and Yoshi showing his ass all the time and stuff. These people exist, Vera. They're out there. They're prevalent in society, and they come out of the woodwork when these movies come out. So it's dangerous. Nintendo is pushing degenerate shit on everyone.
Yeah, but guess what? They still make billions, so
no.
Ultimately they don't give a fuck what makes them the billions as long as they're making it.
A lot of autistic people out there to make money off of.
That's true. But hey, it's the way it goes. I have my autistic interests as well. So, hey, I'm not trying to shame anybody, but also you're a little fucking weird. So,
Machine Diesel says, "What you got against furries, Ryan?"
He hates himself.
Everything.
We already know that he hates himself.
No,
so
I am not a furry. I hate furries.
I know that is your stance that you say.
We got a couple exceptions, the ones that are in the G&G chat that say they're normal, that say they don't fucking think about fucking animals, and I'll take them at their word for now. But
yeah. Fair enough. Nolan, thank you for the $49.99. Woot! Ryan, you finally get your shot. You're gonna need a couple. I know that.
My state. Sure. Well, we got another shot coming on Rumble as well.
Whoo! Fuck my life.
Oh no, these people are saving my life.
No.
They are.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
I need a drink just to get through a normal night. I need 2 minimum to get through like a stream with Vera. So
it's true.
Thank you, Nolan.
I don't know. I feel like it could be worse. Like, you know, we barely talked during the week. You think I've fucking forgotten about you? You're messaging me. You're like, I stand ready in the chat. I'm like, I think I said like, sit down, Gramps. You're gonna fucking hurt yourself. It's like 2 hours before stream, but I get it. I hadn't sent the topics yet. I know. Sue me.
Well, I am normal. Like Very usually is putting a bunch of stuff. She is very communicative. Like
I
before
am.
we do a stream,
Because sometimes there's topics that like I might not be that interested in, but you're super interested in, or like something you might specifically want to talk about or whatever. So yeah.
right? And
Ryan basically that to Ryan signaled that I was fucking dead.
yeah,
Like he
so,
thought I
like,
was dead in a ditch.
it was 7 o'clock and I hadn't heard anything from you, which is like very
Yeah.
abnormal for the
Yeah,
36. It's not normal. Like for a normal day, yeah, we don't fucking talk throughout the week. Just when we're getting ready to do the stream. So
Yeah.
it was very abnormal. So I was like, is this bitch dead? So
Yeah.
I didn't ask her if she was dead, but I did look at her channel. I was like, oh, the stream set up. All right, whatever, we're fine. And then she fucking floods
Well,
it.
that
and
actually isn't a good like signifier because I set up my streams the night before. So I could have been dead. It's not like I put the stream up like an hour before I go live or 2 hours before I go live. It goes up the night before, so
I was willing to risk it.
yeah, fair enough. But thank you for the 50s. Thank you for the shots. I'm very grateful. Ryan's more grateful though, of course.
Oh, I'm happy as fuck now. Pugs 4 for $50 over on Rumble.
Woo!
Says, do a barrel roll.
Well,
Yes.
I already took the 2 shot. I'm gonna wait just a second.
Oh, you did a double, all right.
I already did, yeah. Because I thought, oh, you know, I might as well do it now. Don't have to think about it in like 10 or 15 minutes.
I wanted to make it special for everyone, you know. Pomp and circumstance, not just boom boom, you know.
It's true.
Barrel roll.
Corey, thank you for the 5. I was referencing how you determine when you take shots, but yes, I do get a little spicy. And then he followed up with, whenever a Yurtalist says don't make a game like a previous game, they actually mean make the characters butt fuckers. And then, I mean butt pirate, filming in the Senate chambers, fart slurping turd burglars. So, hey, listen, I just instantly fucking assumed based on Corey's chat history. That's cool. Thank you for the donos. Much appreciated. But
yeah, your mind went to a very interesting place. It did. There is no way I would have ever like gathered that.
Yeah, I just like I remember people's fucking chat histories and I like remember the jokes that they make, especially the people that will joke and try to get me to say like the N-word, but they'll like reword things. So like I'm instantly like checking for their chats and I have to scan their chats first. So there is that. But you're going to have to keep track of what the total is. Not you, Ryan, but Corey. And I'm going to have it in good faith that you're not scamming us. Or if a mod wants to do it, that's cool.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
Yeah, if you lie, you just get fucking banned. How about that? Corvo the Crow, thank you for the 199. Y'all see the new trailer for the Rhaenyra show? I mean, that's basically all that it is at this point, is the Rhaenyra show, which, to be fair, it should be.
That is kind of the story, yeah.
True. But at the same time, it's like they've also tried to put the focus on so many of these other characters, which I get. Because there are a lot of characters in the dance, a lot of characters around this time that are important to the story and what's happening. But yeah, I mean, it is the Rhaenyra show. I did see the trailer.
I have not even seen it. And like Mad Dog said that too. I had to leave daily early. Did you watch the HOTD trailer? No, watch it now. Give your thoughts. I'm excited, but I'm scared. Hope
I was going to say, HBO is usually pretty good about allowing you to watch our trailers, right?
So they'll copyright claim it, but they won't block it or anything.
Right. Well, that's all that really matters. What am I going to lose out on? Fucking $3 of ad revenue?
Maybe.
I mean, Jesus Christ. If that's where I'm at, it is what it is. So yeah, we could watch that really quickly.
Ryan sounded like Palpatine just now. Well, I'm trying to sound like Palpatine. I was trying to sound like Snape.
When?
Don't lie.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what else did you fucking say?
Yeah. But now it's gonna be like, don't lie, little homie. You can't lie to me, little homie. I know a lie. Yeah. You don't think there were liars up there on Spinner's End? When I was growing up, I was surrounded by liars. You don't want to lie to me, son.
I mean, you fucking basically right on track. But yeah, it's only a minute 39 seconds. You know what, really? Okay, this is such a fucking woman complaint, and I'm gonna bitch about it because I do every time. I'm so sick of seeing women in period pieces with filler, with plastic surgery, looking like they just walked out of a fucking 2026 Euphoria episode. And this bitch is wearing fucking eyeliner now. Bro, she looks like she's applying for fucking has gotten so much more stacked with like James Norton joining. Holy fuck.
I think the trailer looks pretty good.
Do you think this is Viserys? And like they left him on fucking display to show her to try to piss her off?
I don't know.
It doesn't look like a child's skull or anything. It looks like a fully grown human being skull. That's what I thought when I first saw that.
It could be like, to be honest, this moment
It could be half the fucking cast, to be honest.
Yeah, this moment could be a lot of things, and I didn't even think that sitting right there was necessarily like a skull or whatever. Could just be like some piece of decorative. I don't fucking know, but there's a lot of moments that this could be, depending especially on how far they take this story this season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I mean, I think that this trailer's I feel like it's pretty good. The problem with I think this season is that they have to be so careful because there are so many big spoilers. And again, like I think when a book's been out for so long, like who gives a fuck about showing spoilers, but also they're trying to get you to watch their show if you've never read the book. But it's like you get so many of what feel like disjointed snippets that they're showing up, but that's just what's going to happen when like half the characters are dying, characters are being maimed, castles are being taken, forts are being taken, we're in the middle of a war. You don't want to spoil what side wins and what side loses. Like it makes it tough. So I think for what it is, they did a good job.
I think the last line is very.
We didn't
funny.
see Rhaenyra and Alicent scissoring, so that's +1.
Yeah, I actually think that last line by her is really funny. Like by its end, there'll be no doubt who the gods have chosen to rule.
Oh yeah,
like just because of how the story does end.
Right.
Like it's really funny.
It is really funny.
It's really funny.
It is. I don't know. I think that the trailer does gonna be, but that's just sort of with all television now at this point. Like, I don't go into movies or TV shows or video games being super hyped unless it's like the rare occurrence. Like Crimson Desert, I was super hyped for that. I knew it was gonna be on my Game of the Year list as long as it launched in a pretty good state. But that's because I had played Black Desert all those years before. Like I had that like that existing knowledge of what their game was and like what to expect. Or like Silk Song, I loved Hollow Knight, but generally I don't get too hyped anymore. So I guess we'll see. But I think it's a good trailer.
I can't wait to see Tessarion in action.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to Tessarion.
I wonder where this season's going to wrap up. I think for me, that's the biggest question mark at this point. Yeah. Like, who they're going to kill, because there's so many pivotal characters that they basically need for marketing purposes going forward, and that would severely hurt the show if they
I know what you're saying, and I think specifically the big one you're talking about, which is going to be epic when it happens.
Yeah, that's going to be insane. I think that's going to be episode 1, season 4.
That's my belief as well. Episode 1 or episode 2 of season 4 is going to be that one. For people that have read, you probably understand and you picking up what we're putting down. I just think that because I think you want to market season 4 with those characters in mind. Yeah. I just think it's something that makes sense to do, even if you might have to like reorder 1 or 2 of the battles, which I think they could do. I have bigger questions about where they're going to end the show than this season, because I don't know where they're going to end this show.
I don't know. That is also tough because there's so many important story elements that are clearly going to happen. I don't know how to explain it. Like after where they're probably going to end the show, you know what I mean? Like they're going to end it, I think, at one of the lead characters dying, and then that's going to be it. And maybe they'll do like a quick flash forward, but really it should still probably go on for like 2 to 3 more seasons if they truly wanted to cover the entirety of the dance. But I don't think that they're going to that. There's no possible way they could do that unless they just like do 5 year skip, 5 year skip, 5 year skip between the last like 3 or 4 episodes.
So I think without talking about spoilers for the show, I think what we're going to see is I think that we're going to see the Dragonstone scene.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think we're going to see then I think we're going to see that maybe in like this the penultimate episode, and then I think we're going to see somebody else die. And I think we're going to see the Hour of the Wolf and a younger king crowned.
I swear to God, if we don't see the Hour of the Wolf, I'm never watching any of their fucking shows again. I'm not watching Dunk and Egg. I'm not watching fucking House of the Dragon season 45. I'm not watching the fucking Sea Serpent spinoffs. I'm done.
I might not be watching that anyway. You'll watch Dunk and Egg again. Don't lie.
If we don't fucking get Hour of the Wolf, I'm gonna be pissed.
But that's what I think, and I think it's gonna end with them basically crowning someone else.
Yeah, it's the way the cookie crumbles. But I guess this is a perfect segue into talking a little bit more about it, specifically queer baiting. It seems that Olivia Cooke is doing a little bit of that. I don't know if you've seen her like full quote and full statement that, of course, the LGBTQ crowd is now running with. The timeline from best friend to stepmother is something that isn't explored much. I think that to hate someone, there has to be a passion that you need to ignite it. And I think there was a great love there once. I don't know anymore where Rhaenyra is in Alicent's heart. I think survival is something that kind of blinds her, besides trying to save Helena. But I think that connection, that frustration, that attraction and magnetism will always be there. And of course, you already know how people are responding to that. Look who's in court defending lesbian rights with the rainbow flags and all this shit. I think that it's really weird that they even have baited in this way based on the source material. And I know that with the core series, Game of Thrones, and with this, and with a lot of fantasy now, they will age up characters, especially if those characters are partaking in uncomfortable themes, whether that's like rape and assault or incest.
I think it's probably the right thing to do for stuff like Game
no
of
one
Thrones,
really wants to watch a 13-year-old Daenerys have to get it on with Khal Drogo. So I do understand that. But also the age up in this case, and well, it's really an age up and an age down because Rhaenyra's older, but Alicent's younger. That created so many problems, in my opinion.
The thing is, I don't actually think that the show itself is really queer baiting.
You think it's just the actors who are now going on and on about their characters and ooh, the what ifs and I think that there's actually this magnetism and attraction. Like they know what words they're using and what they're talking about specifically, and they're like baiting their fans.
To me, the way the show is displayed is friendship. And if you want to attempt to read more into something or another, you can. But to me, that's the way the show is portrayed. It is friendship.
Yeah.
The actors are a different story. Now, when one of them's a non-binary fucking weirdo, I guess it shouldn't be surprising. Now, we have seen Rhaenyra kiss a girl in this show.
Now
not Alicent.
But that was
there is also
the second to last episode of the last season, right? Or was it the last episode?
Second to last, I think. But there also is like it's not like there isn't precedent for that. In the source material, one of the accounts is that Daemon and Rhaenyra and Daemon's wife would just
get it on.
Yeah,
right.
They'd have threesomes and shit. So like that, there is like a precedent for that. But in terms of their relationship, I hate comments like this because, to be honest,
divides the audience.
If you don't have the comment of scroll down of the attraction magnetism, I
Right.
actually don't think it's necessarily queer baiting. The idea in principle that to truly hate somebody, you have to have some sort of care for them. Like it's easy to fucking hate people you have no connection to or whatever. But for somebody to like truly if you to truly feel this like burning fiery passion of hatred for them, oftentimes it is because you're close to them or care about them in some way. It doesn't have to be it
This
doesn't have to be sexual or in nature or anything.
this is also really weird to me, but the official account for this also reposted just this quote. Just this quote. To hate someone, there first has to be a passion there. On Olivia Cook on Alicent and Rainier's relationship. Like, why the fuck would you just post that? Especially when a lot of the rest of that quote is pretty solid. Like, it's not that insane or crazy. It's just her like giving her opinion. But the fact that they took it out of context and then posted this, yeah, that's super super baity in my opinion. So it's not even just the actors at this point. It's also sort of the House of the Dragon accounts, like playing into this, acknowledging that this is their fan base. And maybe they really don't care because they know there's only going to be one more season of this, like, regardless of if this season does amazing or not. It's not like they're on season one and then potentially they could lose their viewership. Like, they're only doing the 4 seasons. That's it. They're cutting and running. But yeah, I just don't think that they should be fucking doing this. And the comments, of course, are exactly what you would expect, like the trans or not the trans flags, the gay flags with the fucking
That is a funny meme,
dragon.
to be honest.
It is funny, but also we know for a fact what these people that are posting it actually mean by
Yeah, like
it.
that is a funny.
Like, it's not just you or me fucking shit posting this meme and being like, is this gay or not? It's somebody who is doing that, and because
Bro,
their name is
Magor with
Whore
teeth
of
is a funny
Dragon,
account, too. Fuck.
and they post, and I can't click on their profile because they post like NSFW art of these characters fucking. Because I saw this and I clicked on it before. So that's the type of person that is questioning what this is in reference to and like what they're actually doing with this relationship. So I think that this is a very bad marketing move. Obviously, we know that the gays aren't just the only ones that are watching this fucking show, and to make their relationship into more than just being best friends is a little bit weird in my opinion. I think that it adds like another layer of almost controversy to the show that doesn't fucking need to be there. If
Yeah.
you want to fan ship your favorite characters, go for it. That's perfectly fine. I'm not going to tell people what they can and can't do in their own home as long as it's legal. I don't give a fuck. But at the same time, for an official account to be posting about this and doing that, it's just sus.
Yeah,
So,
I don't think
yeah.
it's needed, and I don't think that the show that's what's being displayed in the show, which is so
Right.
weird. Especially because like both of these characters are fucking dudes all the time. Like
That's
Rhaenyra's
true,
famously
but
a whore. She raped Kristen Cole. She married a gay man and started
it's
sleeping
true.
with like the biggest dude in town that she could find. Then she wanted to fuck her uncle from the beginning, and now she's finally married to her uncle who she's fucking. And it wasn't until she would like felt like the most alone she's ever felt where she randomly kisses somebody that I don't know why she would ever trust that way. And Alicent, all we've seen her, I mean, she didn't seem to enjoy sex with an old rotting corpse man, but she certainly did seem to enjoy sex with Kristen Cole.
Yep, she needed that moon tea because she was doing it so fucking much. But yeah, I mean, it's tough because I do think that with them establishing that like Rhaenyra is kissing women and like I feel that there's tension between Rhaenyra and Alicent, and I feel like they wanted it to be noticeable but not be sort of overpowering or for everybody to view it that way. But when you're actually paying attention, like I think that they were just setting that up in case they wanted to fall back on that story. And they also did, yes, want this audience to view it that way. And I just think that that's fucking sus. And it honestly just, I don't want to say it kills the show or ruins the show, but I also think that keeping with that like friendship in their youth angle would have been much better than them I would say lining up the dominoes, even if they don't push them over and they don't go that extra mile to establish that they're like in a relationship. And I don't know if you had seen the trailer that had released like a couple of weeks ago. I think it was like 3 weeks ago or a month ago now. Maybe that trailer, Rhaenyra is clearly standing in like the throne room or one of the rooms in the Red Keep, and there's a body on the floor behind her, and it's wearing like a blue outfit, and people are assuming that that's just Allison and that they fucking kill her off, and that's why she's crying. That's why she's so upset that like, oh, they don't kiss or talk about their love, but then when she dies, like Rhaenyra is so heartbroken and upset. This is a fan theory. It's not a spoiler for anybody in chat that is probably gonna be pissed off and be like, "What the hell? Why would you spoil that?" But there's
why
that.
would Allison be wearing like?
She is wearing blue because she's getting Helena out of the keep.
Oh,
you can see that like I think it's in this trailer. Let me see if I could find it real quick. But yeah, she is leading Helena out of the keep, and they're both wearing like the Targaryen murder hoods that are basically just in fucking blue. So like there's kind of that assumption. I don't know though if I believe it.
Yeah, I guess if there's a shot of them in blue, then a random bot. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that
see if I can find it because I think it's in.
I think I know the one
too.
you're talking about.
This one, yeah, because they're both in blue, and it's like
Helena
clearly
like
a darker.
Green. Helena
it's like
looks
a
like
darker
she's
head of hair.
Helena looks like she's having fucking visions right now. Like
she's having fucking flashbacks to the war. So yeah.
I don't think that's gonna happen. In fact, I believe that Alicent is going to be there at the end. I think
you think she's gonna have her book ending.
I don't know if she's gonna have her book ending. I think Alicent is gonna be present on Dragonstone.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
And like that would be a change, but I think that would be a change that makes sense based on
it wouldn't
what they've done with the show,
right?
And I think it could be fairly impactful. That's what I think.
Yeah, fair enough. But I guess we'll see. It comes out in a couple of weeks, so we'll be talking about it like we talked about Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which I'm still mourning. I every week I want more of it. It was good, but at the same time, we know that they'll fuck it up probably in the
have
future.
A limited amount of a good thing,
It is. I'd rather have it be short and good, yet them do 10 or 15 episodes and have all of this extra content. So I do agree. Albatross, thank you for the 2. Frogs IRL are pretty empty-headed. Fun fact. Thank you.
But they don't got brains.
What does have a brain these days? They are fucking dumb. Corey, thank you for the 2. I would never lie. Would you? Not lie. Monica. I don't know.
Monica Geller?
I don't know. I have no idea. SCDB, thank you for the 2. She's not a person of the food. Wildly inaccurate. Thank you.
He's talking about Rhaenyra needs to be fat.
She does. I think that the actor, actress, he, she, they, them, fucking it, she, her, I wumbo, you wumbo, we wumbo, whatever they want to fucking call themselves. I think that they are not a necessarily bad choice given the performance that they've put on so far. But I also think that she should have been a fat character because it does kind of change the way that some people look at her. Like some people, like later on, that is a big grounds for why people view her as like greedy and gluttonous and not caring about the people, and like
basically
she would always take more than she's given, and like
basically after she's had so she was known as the realm's delight and was beautiful and all these things when she was younger, and for Westeros it's like 12 and 13, they're like, wow, the realm's delight, everybody would want to fuck her.
That's the sweet age for them.
But then after she had her 5 children and 1 miscarriage, like after that, she puts on some weight, she becomes fat, like that becomes a talking point. Like
right, and that's like around the time that she has like her children that are believed to be bastards. So like it all kind of hits the keep at once.
Yeah.
And then the rumors spread. So
a lot of propaganda out there.
Yeah, that's true. I
What's
guess
the propaganda.
Yeah, I guess I'm technically Team Rhaenyra, but honestly, fuck them both. I don't like either of them. So,
I
eh.
mean, I think that I think that I'm Team Viserys is retarded. Um, like
He was.
that's
He
the
should have
team that
just
I'm
fucking
on.
married them.
Like
It would have.
that's the team that I'm on. Viserys is retarded, and his
Yeah.
weakness and his cowardness led to this entire thing.
Yep.
That's the team that I'm on. And now
True.
look, I don't think Aegon would have been a very good king. But I don't think Rhaenyra is a very good queen. Like you got two bad choices.
Right. Definitely.
But I like if we're gonna do it, let's like side on the way of tradition, men,
Well,
kings.
also true. I would 100% fucking agree. I would always vote for a man over a woman just based on fucking precedent. But also, there's dragons and it's fantasy. And, like, I guess technically it's believed that Viserys wanted her to be the fucking queen. I'm fine with both of them dying,
I
to
don't think
be
it is
fair.
believed. He did. Like
Yeah.
he made her the fucking
Well, it depends
whatever.
on, right, if we're talking about like what the small folk know versus what is known when you're inside of these characters' heads and you actually see their side of the story and the context. Because, like, if I, let's be fair, I wouldn't be a fucking lady living in the Red Keep. I'd be one of the fucking peasant bakers who gets beat every day by her husband. So I would only see
You'd
the
be getting
context
you'd
that,
be getting
hey, this
raped
is the
and slave
king.
bottomed.
And yeah, right. So this is the king that I need to support because surely this is who the king would have wanted to be his successor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
context matters.
Or it could be on the side of the Targaryens are fucking degenerate aliens.
Yeah, that's true. They are.
We got a
They're
little of
fucking
that in this.
sus.
We got a little
Yeah.
of that. I found that line interesting in this trailer. Like shitting all over the Targaryens in general. Like after what we just saw in Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Like with the lines about like all the anti-Targaryen shit. I thought it was interesting. I like it.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see. I hope it's good. I hope it's, in my opinion, I hope it's better than season two. I didn't like season two that much. I thought it had its highs, but I also thought it had a lot of lows.
I hope it's
Uh,
better. I hope it actually feels like a complete season.
yeah, I agree. Mexa Rage, thank you for the two. I just don't care anymore. I didn't like season two, so I'm out. Yeah, I mean, for me, part of it is I'm also a content creator, so obviously I'm going to watch it. Like, I'm going to put that time into it since I'm talking about it. But if I wasn't a content creator, this wasn't my job, I wasn't, or even if I was a content creator, but I was trying to be a Kotaku Polygon tier journo and I didn't actually watch what I talked about, I wouldn't watch it. I would wait until season three was done to see what people generally thought about it, but I guess it is what it is. It can't be that horrific, right, guys? I feel like whenever I say that, it goes terrible. So, yeah. Corey, thank you for the 5. In Crimson Desert, I have a pet crow. I named him Brandon Lee. Aw. I need to play more CD. It's been a good game, but I haven't really played it since I streamed it. It's the way the cookie crumbles.
I see what you did there with that name.
Yep. Mexer Rage, thank you for the 2. Can't wait for Rhaenyra and Alicent to run off together.
I don't think that's gonna happen. You also spelled Rhaenyra wrong.
That's true. I think that they're gonna have 2 minutes of screen time together, and that's gonna be it. I genuinely think based on where the characters are, what the characters are doing, and depending on if that fan theory that, oh, Alicent dies in the Red Keep, I think that they're going to have very little time together in this season. And I think that that's going to make the queers very mad. But it also made them mad that, like, they didn't have a lot of time together in season 2 either. So.
With the time they had together was bullshit.
It was, yeah. I'm gonna sneak into the fucking sept and talk to you, and
I'm
then
gonna sneak over to Dragonstone.
you're right, and then I'm gonna go to Dragonstone, and I'm gonna like sort of kind of beg for forgiveness and say I'm gonna work with you, even though that makes no fucking sense. But again, Alicent in the show is basically an entirely new character. Alicent fucking hated Rhaenyra. Alicent was like a 20-year-old woman who fucking hated this 10-year-old. So it's quite different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It's unfortunate
Definitely.
that like we didn't get a closer to book accurate again with like the ages. I get why they're aging characters up, but that aside, they still didn't have to like lower Alicent's age and turn it into what they did. So,
I think the idea of them being friends can add some depth to it, but it's not
yeah,
necessary.
right.
And unless you do something good with it, I'm not going to like that that you changed it. And as of yet, I don't think that the change has been worth it. You
Yeah.
know, all it's done is make a bunch of people think they should fuck. So
I mean, that's basically the TLDR of it. So, yeah, I agree. Corvo the Crow, thank you for the 9.99. Allison and Rhaenyra are the equivalent of driving with the parking brake onto the show. How many family members do these two have to lose to stop preaching peace? Yeah, I do like the fact that Alicent is such a fucking massive hypocrite, and I think that it really brings her character back to the real world, and you can see how much of a bitch she is. But
Allison's a terrible person, right?
yeah, she is.
All of them are terrible in their own ways. And like Alicent being so judgmental of Rhaenyra for not doing her duty and for sleeping around. And she's right to be critical of Alicent for those reasons. She's 100% right to be critical that that Rhaenyra, even with all this weight of responsibility, was irresponsible and had 3 children with somebody that was not her husband, and
Right.
created this problem with succession and all these things. She's 100% in the right. But then for her to go and fuck around with Kristen Cole, is obviously a massive hypocrite, and it leads to the death of her child. She has done a terrible job as a mother, clearly, when it comes to Aemon and Aegon. And it's interesting hearing her talk about Daeron and like the little snippet that we got, because it's so obvious that she knows that it was better for him to grow up away from her than it was to grow up with it. Because like right now she looks at Aegon and she looks at Aemon and she thinks that they're monsters and unsavable, you
Yeah.
know?
Basically.
That's how she views it. And I don't know if she's really wrong.
Yeah.
And speaking of, Mad Dog says, I find it so weird that Allison said, screw my 2 sons, but completely ignores Daeron. Like, why would a mother ever offer her boys all to save her daughter? I don't know, her favorite child, I guess, but come on. Well, I think she was implying Aegon and Aemon, not necessarily Daeron. Daeron's not
Yeah.
there. And then Mad Dog says, I don't know if you saw the report that Daeron actor was a trans girl to guy. I don't know if that's true. We haven't seen him. Him and Daemon are like my favorite during this time period. I'll be pissed. I fucking hope that it's not a trans.
Yeah, I haven't seen any official castings. We also haven't seen him in the show or like any of the teasers and trailers. They've been
We
keeping
saw
him
him
on the
on the
down
back of
low.
we saw him like a CGI Daeron
Yeah.
on the back of Tessarion in that last shot of season 2.
Yeah, but that was it. So we don't know who exactly is playing the character. Honestly, wouldn't be that shocked, wouldn't be that far-fetched given Rhaenyra is played by like a non-binary individual. There are other non-binary actors that are on the show. So like they clearly just are I don't know. I want to
I don't
say
really
they're
care about the Rhaenyra casting because like that actress is a woman
right, you're not
like who
changing the look of
identifies
your
as
entire
non-binary.
body, right?
Right,
So
but
I
they're
do
still a woman
agree.
playing a woman. So regardless of whatever their mental disorder is, that doesn't really bug me too much.
Yeah, but when you
It would
start getting
bother
into
me if you
somebody with
take
like surgery and somebody who's
yeah.
altered their look and somebody that, yeah, I mean, looks like a woman that went to a dude,
Yes, it
then
would bother
yeah.
me if you take a very popular character. Like Darren is like a fan favorite character, even though he doesn't have a ton of roles to play. If you took a fan favorite character and made them a transgender person, that'd piss me off a lot.
Yeah, Damon the tranny. That's exactly what the audience wants. But
Daron.
no, I'm saying if they did Damon,
Oh,
because you
yeah.
were talking about fan favorite characters and like important characters. Imagine if we had to look at a fucking tranny playing Damon all the fucking time instead of Matt Smith. So, yeah. It is what it is. I think though that they are definitely casting a bit more modern, so wouldn't shock me at all. Jason Nelson, thank you for the 2. Be nice to Snarky on daily. He drops Valiant Hundies.
All right, I will be nice. I thought it was nice. I was just, he's a poop emoji. Hello.
Come on, Ryan. You need to be better and be nicer.
I know.
Corey, thank you for the 5. I see what you're saying. I'm not going to spell it out, but you're talking about the name Monica. Yeah. I see it. It is used in rap albums all the time. You know what's crazy? I don't fucking listen to rap, but also not shocking to hear. And happy 2026. Thank you for the 4.99 with a bunch of sunglass emojis, hearts, thumbs up. Very positive vibes. Ryan, was that you on your alt account?
That was not me.
All right. Well, let's talk about Assassin's Creed because listen, we've heard some bad news about Ubisoft over really the past couple of years. They're going through a lot of issues. It isn't looking particularly great for them at this point in time. Sure, maybe they'll turn it around. The Black Flag Resynced has gone relatively well. There are a lot of people criticizing them. I did as well. I think that we can't trust modern day Ubisoft. I think that they haven't earned our trust or our respect, and we shouldn't just blindly say, oh, surely they're not going to change anything when we already know they're adding new content, they're altering some of this content. But Assassin's Creed Hex is their next mainline entry. This is what's going to follow Assassin's Creed Shadows, which also didn't seemingly go that smoothly for them. But now we know that they are losing 50 developers as the game targets a 2027 release date. But to top that off, we also know that the creative director and the game's general director have left. Now, we haven't gotten any confirmation of if there were like internal problems with these people, if they left of their own volition. It doesn't seem like that to me. When you're hearing that basically 50 developers are being pulled off of the project, they're generally being taken and put in a fucking lobby, and if they don't queue into a lobby in a different role in this company, they get fired and they get laid off. So hearing that alongside these directors leaving, or at least, you know, changing project, things like that, like, it doesn't sound that positive, at least to me.
Well, and you got to remember that these games don't just start, hey, we just came out with the last one, let's start development on the next one. They start years, like they're running simultaneously. Right. So while this was being developed in its initial phases for the entire premise and all this stuff, this is happening before Assassin's Creed Black Shadow comes out. You know, so then they see the reaction to that. All of a sudden, there's a lot more writing on this game. And the rumors we heard about it being the gayest Assassin's Creed ever and all of this shit, they might have had to retool and rethink a lot of that, because now there's a lot riding on this game. What they're going to be doing with Black Flag is like, that's probably going to be received incredibly well, because people love that fucking game. That is going to do nothing to restore any confidence or any energy in Assassin's Creed as a franchise moving forward. So like, there is a lot riding on this game, and I would not be surprised if they're being very, very careful and like really rethinking a lot of what they've been doing.
Well, yeah, because we had heard in this report that all of these developers are like leaving or changing teams or being shifted around, because not all of them are being let go, that they have scrapped some of the systems. Like, oh, there was supposed to be a magical cat that was a part of it. They've scrapped that, and they've tried to bring it a little bit more down to just alchemy is the magic, and because basically that she's smarter than everybody else around her, and she's able to do all of these different creations and make all of these creations, that's why she's magical. And they're just trying to make it more grounded, because she, quote unquote, understands the science of chemicals. So because she knows how to make a smoke bomb and everyone else doesn't, that makes her unique, and that's her magic, which I think that the more grounded approach is probably a little bit smarter than having you going around with a fucking magical cat and riding a broom and making it really witchy. But at the same time, like, is quote unquote a strong feminine energy what Assassin's Creed fans want? I don't necessarily think so, because it's not just like, oh, a woman who is beautiful, or even feminine could be a mother who is like getting through the world and learning her strength, trying to protect her children or something. Strong feminine energy nowadays means Abby, and means fucking killing men and hating men and being wronged by men.
Especially if they're going with this witch thing where
Yeah.
like there's witch hunts and there's people after them and all of this stuff, and it would be men leading the charge against that. It's a it is a dangerous
It
fucking
is.
thing for them to do right now.
Yeah, and it's being described as a very different upcoming flagship AC title. They've been trying different for a long time, and how many of these different Assassin's Creed games have made them billions, have brought them to new heights? None of them. Sure, there are games like Valhalla that were received well, Odyssey received well, but it wasn't, those were more classic Assassin's Creed experiences, and even those didn't quite hit the mark. So, hearing that it's a strong woman who's smarter than everyone around her, and it's like another revenge story, and like this all sparks and stems from her mother being executed as a witch during the witch trials. Again, take it with a grain of salt, everybody. It's not confirmed. That none of that sounds super positive to me. Like, as a woman who loves video games, I don't fucking want another story where a woman was wronged and so then another woman is like killing men and attacking men just because of revenge. Like, we've gotten so many different storylines like that.
It just This is a franchise that was built on its male protagonists.
Mhm.
And yes, I know that in Odyssey and Valhalla and whatever that one was in Britain where you had like played as the brother and sister, I get it. They've tried to add in these alternate possible people for you to play.
Yeah.
Um, if they do in a mainline game and lock it to a female fucking character, it's not going to go over well.
Right, and that's what's being reported, is that it's one protagonist, and whether, some of these details are true or false, this is a consistent detail since we first heard about it from leakers. I think at this point, like 3 to 3.5 years ago, we started hearing about this game. It's always only been one protagonist, and her name is fucking Elsa, by the way, which is, I don't know, gay and
Hey,
cringe,
just let it
but
go.
yeah, I'll let it go. But yeah, it's only the one character.
And even in the games where we have options, right? In Valhalla or say take Odyssey for instance. Even though the voice acting performance for the female option, who I forget what her name was, is like notably way better than the voice acting performance for Alexios. 2/3 of
Oh
characters
yeah.
played as Alexios because they wanted to play as a man. They
Yeah.
wanted to play Assassin's Creed as a man. I know it's shocking.
I want to play
Um,
Assassin's Creed as a man. I don't give a
you
fuck
should.
about playing as a woman. I think that if you are only playing a game because you're playing as, in this case, as a woman just wanting to play games as women, you're fucking stupid. Okay, there are plenty of amazing male characters out there who deserve attention and recognition and tell way better stories than a lot of female characters that are in video games. So why the fuck do you have to make it about gender? But that's how a lot of these people think, is like, oh, if I can't actually see myself on the screen, then I can't relate, which is just so narcissistic, and these people are so egotistical. But yeah, I don't think that this is going to be the big fat win that they need if even half of these details are true. If she is actually doing, she's on like this revenge path and this war path, and it is very different, and the strong feminine energy. I don't see how this could be like a smashing success for them. And hearing that they're changing, creative directors, and they're letting go of 50 developers, at least from this team. On one hand, I want to say that yes, this sounds good because it means that maybe they're actually downsizing, they're trimming the fat, they're getting rid of people who are trying to change a vision that they initially had. But at the same time, like, it also sounds fucking catastrophic that they are realizing as this game is continuing in development, it's probably not going to sell a lot. They need less people on this game so that it costs less money because it's still probably years away. So it sounds positive, but it also sounds negative.
I mean, I think it's a good news. If they're making massive changes, I think it's good news.
Yeah.
Because I think it's bad news for the current state of the game.
But we also don't technically know if they're doing that. We've heard that they removed some of the more out there magical elements, like the cat that was going to distract enemies by knocking bottles over and then meowing, which sure is a big change, but it doesn't seem that they're making changes that are going to be super impactful. Like, oh, hey, we're adding a male playable character, or, oh, we're changing the storyline that we initially imagined that basically everybody's rejected at this point.
Yeah.
So it's a long ways away, Ryan. I know you're so hyped.
I do love Black Flag, though.
Are you going to play the remake?
Maybe. Ironically, a couple months ago, I actually started playing Black Flag again. It was one of the like PlayStation streamable thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like the free things. I just
what do you
love
think about the trailer?
rolling around. I love rolling around on the jackdaw, just fucking, just listening to my fucking shipmates singing, looking for fucking whales, fucking killing Spaniards and shit. It's awesome.
It was good. It
what
really
would you do with a drunken sailor? What would you do with a drunken sailor? What would you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Yeah, I fucking love it.
I feel like, though, while I'm excited, I don't know, the trailer just didn't evoke the same feelings for me as it is a lot of other people. Like, I love Black Flag. I'm nostalgic for it. I, in theory, should love this, but I just don't trust Ubisoft. And I think that's a major hurdle for me at this point, is also just seeing how much shit they've messed up over the years and how many changes they've made, how disrespectful they've been to some of the source material.
I think the thing is, hey, if you release an updated version of Black Flag that has better graphics and smoother gameplay and like all that stuff, people would eat it up. The problem is the company that you're asking to do that historically has a lot of problems with bugs and fucking shit like that upon release. So like all you're asking for is something that this company might not actually be able to do.
Yeah, so I agree with that. I think that technical difficulties are definitely a major hurdle that they're going to fucking have. So I guess we'll see. I hope it comes out. I hope it's great for everybody who's hyped. I hate when things that are highly anticipated end up releasing and they are buggy, broken. There are features that were initially promised that aren't in the game, or there's major changes. I hope that doesn't happen, but if it happened, would I be shocked? No, not at all.
Yeah.
Joey Tribbiani, thank you for the 5. Hey, Vera, you're looking real good. How you doing? Shout out to all the single ladies in the chat. Maybe there's like 2 of them. Anyways, hi, Ryan. Hope all is well.
Thanks, Joey.
Very different tone from the first half.
Hold on. If Joey Tribbiani super chats you, Vera, I know you weren't alive to remember this, but friends is kind of a big deal. You got to do the how you doing right.
I kind of did. I guess I didn't do it good enough. I mean, I sort of did.
Give it another shot.
How you doing? I'm not good at it. I don't.
No.
It's not good. I don't know.
You're putting the emphasis on the wrong syllable. It's how you doing.
How you doing? Yeah, you're right.
How you doing?
That's where I was going wrong.
All right.
True. Thank you for the 5, though. Much appreciated. I think usually I say it pretty good, though. Tonight's just not a good one, apparently. Corey, thank you for the 5. Vera, we We know you sit in the dark listening to The Cure while smoking cigarettes. I do neither. I wish I was that emo and fucking depressed though.
Bro, smoking
We know
cigarettes.
Ryan is, but
I
I'm
wish I
not.
smoked cigarettes. Smoking cigarettes is so fucking cool, man. It just is. It's cool for dudes. It's hot for women. Smoking cigarettes looks cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I completely fucking
Like,
disagree.
why do you think Bruce Willis got paid so much to fucking
That
smoke
is true.
cigarettes in the
Yeah.
80s in the movie? It's because it looks cool. And the cigarette companies know it looks cool.
I think it looks cool for movie stars to do it.
Yeah.
I
Do you
think
have
there's a
any
big
idea how many
difference
clove
though.
fucking cigarettes what's his nuts has done for Peaky Blinders over the years?
Oh, Killian Murphy?
Yeah, like he
Yeah.
is like I think it's like 20,000 clove cigarettes or some shit that he smoked for that show.
See, but he's an actor. But like, if I'm walking down the fucking street and I see someone doing it, I'm like, "Oh, you're a fucking degenerate weirdo." It's just not. It's not the same. But yeah,
Nah,
like if in a perfect lighting and in the
you know why?
specific
It's because actors are
atmosphere and
attractive. That's why. That's the difference. If you're walking down the sidewalk and you see
oh,
some
I think
fat,
Killian
disgusting
Murphy
piece
is
of shit
fucking
lighting up
ugly
a
as
cigarette,
hell.
yeah, that doesn't look cool.
I
Like,
disagree. I think Killian Murphy looks fucking ugly. I hate the way
well,
he
I
looks,
I'm
but he
not
still looks cool while smoking. It's
I'm
just
not
because he's an
attracted to men.
actor.
I'm not attracted to men. He has like a unique face.
He
Sometimes girls
does.
go like sometimes girls like Adam Driver. I think Adam Driver has a weird looking fucking
Yeah,
face.
I think
Some women fawn all over
he
him.
just kind of
So
looks like a fucking dog. I don't know. He's got a very long face. It's like a long skinny face. I think he looks weird, but to each their own, I suppose. But I think that it's just actors in like the specific settings that make it look cool. Otherwise, I'm all set. Pepper, thank you for the 10. The new Assassin's Creed head is an OG. He went in, looked over the game, and told them to drop the real magic, drop the cat, and add alchemy. Then he removed the lead and removed everyone who wanted that stuff. And I truly do hope that this is actually the case, and it turns out to be as positive as you're making it sound, Pepper. Positive Pepper strikes again. Because it is true. The new Assassin's Creed head is somebody who's been there for a very long time, somebody who knows the series, somebody who cares, or at least I would hope care, but I have to wait and see it. So it's true. Guess we'll find out when it eventually releases, probably in like 2028. I don't think it's going to release next year. I don't see that happening, but maybe. Gregory Lieber, thank you for the 5. Sports ball question. Oh, it's on you, Ryan. It's not on me.
Ryan, can you call for a flagrant foul on your own teammate? Asking for Paige Beckers and AZ Fudd. Hi, Vera.
Hi, I'm very
Yeah,
left
those
out
are
of this
two lesbian
conversation.
WNBA players who are in a relationship, and AZ Fudd just
Gotcha.
got drafted to Paige Becker's team. So
Oh.
again, it's gonna end poorly. Like they're gonna beat each other up. That's what lesbians do. Lesbians have like the highest like domestic violence fucking rate, even above black people. You know what I mean? And it's pretty just gonna happen at some point.
Yeah, but I know nothing about it. No context except for Ryan told us earlier with his colorful language. Always very grateful for that. But thank you for the 5.
I'm just
Much
doing my best to
appreciated.
explain it to people that don't understand what's going on.
That's true, and you usually do a good job.
Right.
Mexa Rage, thank you for the 7 in total. After seeing all these body cam footage and these Karens, I'm starting to see why the witch hunts happen. And if I was them, I would think the same. And Randy Dandy O is my favorite of all Shanty song. There's some crazy body cam footage out there, and all I know is if I was a woman living around that time, you bet your fucking bottom dollar I would behave for my husband who was gonna have me fucking hung, drawn, and quartered if I misbehaved. Picking up the fucking salt in the middle of the night, he'd think that I was gonna fucking kill him in the morning and I'm poisoning his food. So I would personally behave. I wouldn't be on some like revenge quest with a magical cat, but you know,
Yeah, I mean, like
difference in perspective. That's me
probably,
saying it now.
like medieval era, probably a rough time to be a woman. Rough time to be a dude too. Okay, they didn't have it very.
That's
easy.
true. Yeah.
Nobody had it easy. You had to be rich.
Yeah.
Rich women had it easy.
Well, I think anybody rich in any point in history basically had it easy. But you're not wrong. That's for sure. But thank you guys for your donos. Much appreciated. Ugh, this makes me really fucking angry. I hate when stupid bitches get a hold of movies or TV shows, all these adaptations, and then what do? They expose themselves for having no knowledge in the medium that they're adapting. And sure, I don't expect directors, producers, even actors to have played every game in a series. I don't expect them to know everything about this medium, but what I do expect is a general level of respect for their customers, for their viewers, for the source. And that's not what we're seeing. Not only with Far Cry, but I saw this right before stream started, but also with fucking Call of Duty. So Noah Hawley is saying that his Far Cry series won't be adapting any of the games as he thinks audiences skip the story cutscenes in those games. When you play a video game, you only really move forward through the gameplay section, and then you have these cutscenes that you skip. So when you go to adapt those games, you have to be aware that makes the human drama kind of irrelevant to the storyline. What a slap in the face to, first of all, Far Cry fans, video game fans, people who actually pay attention. And in most of the Far Cry games, you can't even fucking skip the cutscene. So what is this bitch even talking about?
Yeah, like, and it's look, I think that there is better Far Cry games than others, but when you're specifically
absolutely.
when you're specifically talking about the Far Cry series, I just find it so interesting because to me, so many of those games do stand out sometimes because of the antagonists and their story.
Yeah.
Like it's a weird thing to fucking say because for us, because the character you play isn't really a character and you don't get to really speak or whatever, like the games themselves are kind of dictated not on the protagonist, but instead on the antagonist and their
Yeah.
storyline. So it's kind of unique. And so that's such an interesting statement to make, especially when you're about to adapt those games. Or apparently not. You're doing your own fucking thing, whatever that means. But what a stupid decision. What a stupid
Well,
comment.
oh yeah, absolutely. Like we see a lot of problems with adaptations, and maybe they take a general story, but they do alter it, they change it, they modernize it, whatever the case may be. But straight up admitting that you are not adapting any of the games and that isn't your focus at all only makes it so much worse of a process for you and your team because we know now, years in advance, that this is just going to be trash, that it's just not going to be good. And if you don't have any respect for the fans and the source material, and you haven't actually experienced these, how are you even going to make anything that feels remotely Far Cry? It's so annoying because unfortunately, we see this constantly happening. We constantly hear these types of stories where the directors, producers, actors will look down upon the games. And sure, part of it is a general hatred for video games. And as we've seen on social media, a lot of people basically saying if you invest time into video games, then you're wasting your life and get outside and touch grass. That is a shitty mentality to have, especially when you're getting paid millions of dollars to make a series like this. It shouldn't be that hard to actually make something good, but they're just calling it Far Cry because they know that it's going to get a few more people watching it. It's like with Halo. That Halo show was absolute dog shit. But hey, people like me gave it a chance initially because, oh, it's Halo. Maybe it will be okay.
I don't know how I don't know how this is gonna work.
Yeah. Makes no sense.
There are some that you probably should, like Far Cry 5 might not be the most well-received adaptation by the audience right now. It might be something that Hollywood would love to do.
Yeah,
But Far Cry
definitely.
5 would probably not be the most well-received by some people in the
Yeah, because
audience.
the allegories,
Like
yeah.
with this current political timeline.
Yep, definitely.
Although I love Far Cry 5. Like I thought it was fun as fuck.
I thought it was good. My favorite My favorite
It ends
Far
kind of
Cry
weird,
is
but
still Blood Dragon. I fucking love Blood Dragon, but that's because the aesthetic was different. It was unique. It was special. I don't know. I thought it was great. But yeah, I mean, if they were taking parts of at least some Far Cry game, even if they're adding new content, it's still shit, but it's a little bit less shit. But not adapting any of the games, that is horrific. And it's not even just Far Cry like we were talking about a minute ago. The this is so fucking hilarious to me. The Call of Duty movie director Peter Berg once said people who play war video games are pathetic and weak. Pathetic keyboard courage, can't stand it. Anyone that sits around playing video games for hours, it's weak. Get out and do something.
by the way, come watch my Call of Duty movie.
That's so,
Now,
that's
to be
so
fair,
bad.
this is not something he just came out and said. This is something
Right, it was
he
years
apparently said
ago.
a while ago. But probably before he knew he was going to be directing a Call of Duty movie.
The studio's AI was searching through director's social media feeds and saw Call of Duty that he talked about Call of Duty once and said, "You know what? Fuck it. We'll hire him."
Wow.
So horrific. I hate this shit. It's so depressing to see because there are millions of people out there who are individuals, maybe with a background in the industry, in film, in whatever it may be that has to do with Hollywood, that would love to get their hands on this. And of course, there are billions of gamers out there who would love to be able to do a adaptation or like help on an adaptation of.
Just let Michael Bay do it, please.
I
Come
mean,
on.
shit, might as well. He'd be worth the price, in my opinion. But yeah, sure, these aren't recent statements made, but they're still statements that reflect poorly on him. And I can't imagine that his stance has changed so much to the point where now he's done a complete 180. I mean, sure, in theory, when you're getting handed a check for like $5 or $10 million, your stance changes instantly. But I mean, before he was handed the check, I can't imagine that his stance changed. So
Right.
it is
The
what
only-
it is.
Wait. Pull it, scroll it up.
Yep. Oh,
The
there.
only people that I give a Call of Duty get out of jail free card to is the military. They're out there serving and they're bored and they want to entertain themselves. Okay, maybe. It's such a weird. I guess where did it come up? I understand the perspective if you think like even though I don't agree with it, I can understand older people who think that video games are a waste of time. Like
He said it in 2013, by the way.
Like I can get that. But the idea that it's specifically talking about war video games is very strange. Keyboard courage, as if somebody playing Call of Duty. Do you think that everyone who's playing Call of Duty thinks to themselves that I am a warrior? Like it's really weird.
Yeah, but apparently it was done in an article or an interview titled "On Why America Needs to Toughen Up." I haven't read the entire thing. I've only seen like the snippets that, like we've been talking about. But it's just this general hatred for video games that's so suspicious. And the fact that he's getting handed this really ticks me off.
Oh,
but
did he do Lone Survivor? I like Lone Survivor.
I think he might have. Peter Berg. Let me check really quickly. I know he did like Battleship. He did Patriots Day.
Battleship is one of the worst movies in the history of movies.
Patriots Day, that. He did Lone Survivor, but he also did
The Kingdom.
He did Hancock.
Oh yeah, he's got a mix of stuff, man.
He definitely does.
He's got a mix of stuff.
The Rundown.
I don't know. It's so this would have been in the middle if these comments were in 2013. It would have been in the middle of him making Lone Survivor.
Yeah, that's when he was making that.
So again, I just don't understand where the comments came from. It's strange. I don't think there's a huge percentage of people who play Call of Duty who think that what they're doing is the equivalent to courage
Oh, of
or
course
what the
not.
military is doing. I just don't think that that's the case. It's weird. I get I can get the perspective of older people, even if I don't agree with it, that they think video games are a waste of time. I think it's out of touch, but I get it. Like I can 100% get 60 or 70-year-olds thinking that video games are a waste of
They're a
time.
product of their time. I understand
But
that
I don't know
100%.
what this Jewish guy's problem is with Call of Duty though.
Yeah, well, I mean, you just fucking hit the nail on the head, so it is what it is. I don't I don't think that this Call of Duty movie is gonna I don't think it's gonna be that big or that successful unless they're adapting specific stories that happened in the games. So if they're just like with Far Cry taking the Call of Duty name and it is going to be completely different and completely unique, I don't think audiences are going to connect to it. Like with the fucking Warcraft movie. So,
Right.
guess only time will tell.
Yeah, I remember like Battleship is one of like my most frustrating like movies to ever watch because at the time I was in the Navy. Um
Yeah.
so you get a little different perspective, I guess, for that. And I know everybody loves Rihanna, right? Um Rihanna was in that movie and she had like every job on the fucking ship. She was doing everything. It seemed like there were 3 characters on that ship that did every fucking job. And the idea of them basically getting this museum battleship ready to go because a couple old guys came in there and in like 3 hours they got it ready. I was so frustrated with that movie. And I wanted it to be really good.
Yeah, well,
Some
it
people love it though.
wasn't.
Some people love it.
Fair enough. Not every
I
movie can
had
be
a
for
different
everybody.
perspective a little bit.
Yeah, I get that. All right. I guess it is what it is. We'll see when it fucking comes out how bad it is. Both of these things, actually. Also, Noah Hawley doing Alien Earth. I think Alien Earth started out interesting. I think that it ended very poorly. And the fact that they're hiring people like fucking Peter Dinklage to be leads in season 2, I think it's cooked. So.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I think he was brought on as specifically a lead, so. Yay! Woo! Can't wait! It's gonna be so great! I mean, all
They
Noah
were probably
Hawley's
able to
done.
get him on short notice.
Probably, yeah. A man of his stature. Justin Martins, thank you for the 5. Smoking on film is like corn. Looks better when the professionals do it. Yeah, you're probably right. Archer Merchant, thank you for the 5. They're missing a perfect crossover opportunity if they cancel the backstabbing assassin witches, Assassin's Creed Real Wives of Atlanta. That'd be a great one. Great marketing material, too.
Real
I,
Housewives of Atlanta.
I just don't know why they would ever think, oh, let's make an Assassin's Creed game featuring a woman who was wronged where it's a revenge storyline. Like, it's just so cliche. It's just so.
Just for the record, Vera, they just came out with an Assassin's Creed game that half of it was about a woman who was wronged, and the other half was about
Yeah.
a black samurai.
Yeah, I know.
So,
And it's fucking cliche. We'll even look at Ghost of Yote. It was the same story that No Way has in fucking Assassin's Creed. They copy and pasted each other. It's so gay. We need innovation. All right. I know these motherfuckers don't do any research. Media literacy's dead. They've never played video games, never read books, never, I don't know, research like Joseph Campbell's A Hero's Journey. Like, I get that they are stupid as hell, but maybe hire people who aren't complete retards and who aren't completely brain dead and people who are actually innovative. I don't give a fuck if you have to pay them more. It's better to have one veteran and one person with an IQ over at least fucking 75, which I think the average at Ubisoft's like a 50. I think that it would be
because of all the
better.
DEI initiatives.
Yeah. I think it'd be better if you just paid people who kind of sort of are interested in this medium and kind of sort of know what they're talking about, but it's the way the cookie crumbles. Jason Nelson, thank you for the 2. Do you think YouTube will go after gaming streams for guns? So, in all the years I've been on YouTube, I personally have not had that problem where gameplay that is violent or gory is targeted. I do know that games that feature a lot of nudity have issues. Like, I've streamed The Witcher before. We all know what happens in The Witcher. I've streamed games that are like Galgun, where you are, or fan service like etchy games where you're shooting off pieces of clothing of anime girls. Those will get marked for limited, but I've never had an issue specifically with guns. But unfortunately, when AI is going so rogue so quickly, anything could be targeted and anything could get you in trouble at
With everything
YouTube.
that's going on, legitimately am not feeling comfortable because
Yeah,
so many people are getting flagged by their AI stuff right now, and there just seems to be like no rhyme or reason to it.
right.
If that happens to me, I'm just gonna fucking kill myself. Like I would.
mean,
I just,
your joke is funny, but also it is fucking tough for creators, especially where they're not breaking the rules or not doing anything bad. Like, I've seen some talk about the inauthentic content demonetization wave being because like the AI doesn't see maybe a person on the screen, and oh, maybe they're using a VTuber and so they don't think it's a real person, or oh, you're not changing your screen enough. Hey, bot, don't fucking ban us. I'm changing my screen a bunch. But you're correct. There's no rhyme or reason. People like Drunk 3PO, unfortunately, are having issues, and he's very family friendly in his content the majority of the time. It's not like he overtly swears. It's not like he's using a VTuber model. He doesn't just
that's
talk
the
about
thing. To me, that's the thing that
politics.
I
Like,
hate about it is because it's
yeah,
not these are not, hey, your content is a
right.
problem
Yeah,
takedowns. These are the inauthentic content or reused content type of things,
right.
which are so like, because you can sit there and argue about terms of service. We can sit there and
Mhm.
have those arguments about terms of service and who's breaking them, who's skirting them. That's not what these things are. These are just completely and totally, if any human being would have looked at it, they would say this is fine.
Yeah,
But the fact that you have to go through such a struggle to get people to look at it is part of the fucking problem.
it's
And
so sad.
yeah, uh, if my shit got taken down,
That's it.
yeah.
I mean, I get it. Hey, listen. I don't think that we should have ever trusted YouTube, and most creators have never like fully trusted YouTube because it's a very inconsistent platform. But you are correct. It makes it 10 times worse when it's not just, hey, it's this clear thing that all of these channels are all doing, and the AI doesn't like it, or the people at YouTube don't like it, or they're saying it's breaking their terms of service. It's very inconsistent. So that does suck. But I guess we'll see. I've heard some of them have gotten reversed, but I don't know
They have
how
that, and
many out of the grand scheme or in the grand scheme of things have actually gotten reversed.
right, right.
Not enough, that's for sure. None of this should have fucking happened. So, yeah. Mexer Rage, thank you for the 2. He probably lost in a COD lobby and got shit on. Probably. Really, really changes your perspective on things when you get absolutely decked in a COD lobby. I miss the good COD lobby. Same with Halo. And now we're getting an extraction shooter Halo. Just our fucking luck.
God.
Aren't you so excited for that, Ryan? And hey, it was going to be a battle royale at first. Would you rather a battle royale or an extraction?
Yeah, I like Fortnite. Yeah.
I actually think a battle royale Halo would have done a little bit better for them, probably.
I played Halo Infinite for about 6 hours of like the story, and then I maybe played 6 hours of multiplayer.
I liked Halo Infinite. I didn't love it. I thought that it was um I'm trying to look and see if I can find how much time I put into it. I thought that it provides something. Yeah, I have 78 hours in Halo Infinite. That's main campaign and
The difference
multiplayer.
between Fortnite and Halo is Fortnite is free.
Well, right, true.
And you can like you're not relying upon people massively coming out and buying this in a huge like whatever. Fortnite's player base fluctuates. They come out new season stuff, but it's fucking free. So it's easy to just be like, yeah, I'll fucking play once every 9 months or something, a couple games, fucking beat the shit out of some children, and fucking go about my merry way.
Yep.
But I wouldn't want Halo to be a battle royale. If it has a
Yeah.
mode, fine.
Yeah.
But
I think that would be okay, but we know how it generally goes for these companies. They make it the next big thing and they think they're following trends and chasing trends. I think though that even though battle royales have sort of died down, the extraction market is not there. Making an extraction shooter is just shooting yourself in the foot. So yeah. Corey, thank you for the 2. Ryan, what was your rate? I am an ISC.
So I was a Nuke ET, so I was ETNC when I got out. So
Stunning and
what up?
brave.
What's up, brother?
Aspirations of mediocrity. Thank you for the 5. Have either of you ever seen Blackbird? I have. Paul Walter Hauser's Haunting and Ray Liotta's last project.
Ray Liotta,
sorry. It was good. I don't know if you've seen it.
Blackbird.
It also had a Greg Kinnear in it. It had what's his name? Taron Edgerton. Is that how you, I don't remember?
Edgerton?
Yeah, I think that's his name.
It.
Yeah, it was a thriller.
Take these broken wings and learn to fly.
The super chatter earlier, I don't remember who it was. They finally got their song.
Thank
you, Ryan, for always delivering. But yeah, it was good. I highly recommend it. It only got 1 season though. I don't think they've talked about doing another season or like continuing it. I don't really know why they would. It was a good standalone.
Heard, like 5 things are Ray Liotta's last project. Like,
yeah, that's true.
What was he in? Cocaine Bear? Hold on.
What
the fuck was Ray Liotta in his last movie? What was Ray Liotta's last movie? Ray Liotta's final film release in theaters was Cocaine Bear. What a disgusting end of Ray Liotta's career. If that had to be it. I was disappointed in Cocaine Bear.
That's tough, brother.
Elizabeth Banks. It wasn't funny.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. Well, it's like Kevin Conroy. We all thought that Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League was going to be his last performance, and luckily it wasn't. But at the same time, his last performance was in a game that was shut down because it was multiverses. So fucking sad. But hey, I mean, technically, I guess it was better than KTJL. Very sad to see, though, especially to people that you care about so much, these actors and careers that you follow for so long that you end up really loving. It's very depressing at times. And speaking of depressing, Mando and Grogu. I know this is going to be Ryan's favorite movie of the year, 2026. Best there ever was. We've been hearing a lot of news about this as we're getting much closer to the release, and a lot of criticism. I'm surprised that a lot of the teasers and trailers haven't been massively ratioed, but the general sentiment on like social media where people are actually voicing their take is that, yeah, it just looks like it's going to be another like a mid to low tier movie. We've talked about the potential box office numbers. We've speculated a little bit, and
different projections, by the way. We have
there is
90 to 100 million, and then a different one that came out about a week ago. Different sites, by the way, was 70 to 85 million. So it's not uncommon. There's different trackers. They use different elements of what to track and things like that. But the way that this is phrased on Boardwalk Times is so funny. The Mandalorian and Grogu is on track to have the biggest box office debut for characters that originated on Disney Plus.
Whew, it's so fucking cope. I love it.
What are the other comparisons? Tell me what the other comparisons would be for it.
Right.
Genuinely.
It's so it really is so interesting the way that And it's not just them, it's also like Box Office Pro. It's so interesting the way that they're always trying to reword things or word things very specifically, like this characters that originated on Disney Plus. It just goes to show how little confidence there is in Star Wars. But that's with a lot of different series, a lot of different franchises and IP. It's not just Star Wars, but they always have to word things in a way that makes it sound like some big achievement and some grand achievement, like that it's happening.
So like the only there are no one there's been no other Star Wars movie about characters
Right.
that were conceived on Disney Plus ever out on screen. So it's only one Star Wars movie. I I guess maybe if you want to, you could count the Marvels. Now, Brie Larson, obviously, Captain Marvel didn't originate on Disney Plus, but the other two lead characters in that movie did make their debuts on Disney Plus. Um, is that the only other thing that counts? Is
I
that the
guess
only
so.
other thing you're stacking that up against?
It's
Like
so
what?
pathetic. Holy shit. And I love some of these comments. Because it's it's so obvious what the media is already trying to do, and I'm certain what Disney is going to try to do. And I love the fact that there are so many people just straight up calling them out. Like, have there been any other theatrical releases starring characters that originated on Disney Plus? Seems like an ultra specific, self-created category. Well, if you don't count the woman in the TVA who is in Deadpool and Wolverine, then I guess it will. But what other Disney character movies is it up against? Absolute BS, but nice try. And how many characters originated on Disney Plus again? And I love the fact that it's not just people like us, content creators, people who are paying close attention to this. It's just at this point, it is also a lot of just normies who are calling them out and being like, hey, listen, this is a very stupid angle to take.
Yeah, so like you sent this tweet over. I had not looked at any of those replies. I just
Yeah,
said what I thought based on like the wording of this and how weird it was.
yeah.
Now, I don't know if Box Office Pro is the one that actually made that determination, or if Boardwalk Times is kind of just editorializing based on that, because Boardwalk Times is just like a Disney site. You know what I mean?
Right,
Um,
exactly.
but
Um,
I don't know. It's weird.
it doesn't use that specific wording. It does say
Your
paired with like
fucking formatting. So
it is. It's her fucking horrendous. I hate it. But they do say that the 6 year absence from the big screen paired with Mandalorian and Grogu's small screen origins and the film's status as a standalone adventure have us leaning conservative for our opening weekend forecast. So they don't quite say it the same way. I guess like you could interpret it that way, but I do agree that it's
wait, go back to
basically
that. Go back to that.
yes.
Scroll down. All right. Looking
Yes.
outside Star Wars, another Disney flagship property, The Marvels and Thunderbolts both featured main characters who were introduced to the MCU as a TV show, not a movie. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So you could make those arguments, I guess, because you have Yelena, who was first introduced in uh the was it the Hawkeye? Did we get Yelena in the Black Widow show, or the Hawkeye, or the Black Widow movie,
It
the Hawkeye
was
show?
Hawkeye.
So
I want to say.
so you do have John Walker in Thunderbolts, who is from Disney Plus. So I guess you can try to make those arguments with some characters in lead roles originating from Disney Plus for Thunderbolts.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, that is a fucking wild thing to try to argue.
Okay, and chat saying Black Widow. Okay,
Yeah. So I get
gotcha.
really only John Walker. That's your key. I guess if you want to say the first appearance of Black Captain America was in the television show, you could make that argument as well. But obviously, Sam Wilson's been a character that's been around for a long time in the MCU.
Yeah. That is true, but
I I think that I've stuck with my $400 to $500 million projection. I think if this movie comes out and says makes 90 million, Solo made 85 million, by the way,
yep.
8 years ago. And when you adjust
Mhm.
for inflation, that's around $111 million in today's money. Um, so if that, like, if it comes out and does 90 million, it is a catastrophe for them. Like if this
Yep.
movie makes 450 million, it should be considered a fucking embarrassment. That's where I'm putting it, and I feel like I'm being kind in my projections based on some of the
Yeah.
stuff we've seen about the movie.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, I do agree. Also, Pepper, yes, it does. Does the grown man protecting a child make him a predator? Absolutely. Cancel this fucking movie. That Pragmata argument was absolutely retarded. But I guess it is what it is. We will see what happens when Mando and Grogu finally releases. I agree. I just don't see a way that this is going to do what Disney hopes. Now, again, maybe if the budget is low enough, it does hit 500 to 600 million, they'll be happy. But we know that Disney always wants to make the most amount of money possible. I don't necessarily blame them for that, but I do blame them for not making good enough content that brings people back and keeps people interested enough to the point where they actually want to show up in droves to support it. So
You've got a lot of apathy when it comes to Star Wars. Like you
I do. I hope it burns.
not just you. I excuse me. I meant that as a general statement. That
yeah.
there is a lot of apathy when it comes to Star Wars. They've turned a lot of people off over the past couple of years with their slop on Disney Plus.
Yep, absolutely. I think that it's tough to get anybody interested in Star Wars anymore. I mean, it's like me. I've been a lifelong Star Wars fan. I obviously don't like modern Star Wars, Disney Star Wars, new Star Wars, however you want to word it. Do I think they could turn it around? At this point, no. I think that it would be so monumentally difficult. It would take them so many years of rebuilding that I'm going to be fucking dead by the time they would even be getting back to the point where I would trust them again. So, yeah, it's not that big of a deal to me. Let it fucking burn. It is what it is. Also, Ryan, you're going to be happy to see that you get one more shot tonight. One gal. Thank you for the 50. Ryan, a choir kid I can accept. Not if he'd be in band. And bless you, Ryan, you sneezed. A minute ago, I thought you coughed. Did you sneeze?
My sneezes sound like coughs. So I did sneeze.
Bless you. I thought
well,
you coughed.
a minute ago, I choked a little bit. A minute ago as I was like talking, but I think when he sent that I had sneezed. So thank you, Ongal. Acquired kid.
Thank you.
I wasn't banned. But
yeah.
I was never like
when I was in public school, I learned a couple instruments that way, but I learned a lot of instruments on my own. So
yeah, you seem like the type.
I can play like 7 instruments. 6 instruments, an amount of instruments that's too fucking long and too stupid. I don't care about instruments much anymore. I just play video games.
I can play trombone and piano.
Violin, viola, cello.
Those are all the same though. Once you know one, you can play all of them.
A cello is not the same as a fucking violin. Piano.
You can't include violin and viola in the same though.
But they are technically different, you motherfucker. They're slightly different. But
but that's like once you play clarinet, you could play fucking saxophone. Like, come on.
I mean, yes, but also no. Because it is different. You have to learn how to hold the different instruments, care for the different instruments, all that shit. There are different. You know what? It's fine, Ryan. You can have your stupid opinion, and I'll keep my stupid fucking opinion. How about that?
It's great that your internet chose this time to just completely crap out. You've just been glitchy and frozen and shit as you're trying to talk a bunch of shit.
Have I?
Yeah.
Fuck this stupid platform. I hate the internet. I hate YouTube. Ban me, bitch.
It's not YouTube's fault.
Yeah, it's probably StreamYard.
I think it's yours.
It's not frozen on my end. Usually, if my internet gets a little wonky, it will like freeze on my end too, or like the tab will be weird. But
what does the chat say? Maybe it's mine. I don't know.
You're fine, Vera.
One person said that.
It's Rick's internet.
Is it mine?
It's all Rick.
There's no Rick here.
see, these could just be my people defending me. You know what I'm saying?
They probably
just like,
are.
Fuck you, Ryan. I didn't see any glitching.
Fate says it's Vera.
It's Ryan's side. It's good. It
Fate
is
said it's
Vera.
Vera.
You know, it doesn't matter because, guys, we're just about at the end of stream. Let me read these two. And then
I got a couple to read too.
Okay, cool. You can go ahead.
Thank you. Supreme Lord, the fuck do people got against people playing video games? I'm not going to let adulthood stop me from enjoying what I fell in love with as a kid. Who the fuck wants to be boring, old, and miserable their whole lives? Me. And then he says, and people got to stop telling folks how to fucking live. People got their own lives to look after. Mind your fucking own to the people who hate video games, not you, Ryan and Vera. I agree for the most part that you should just like let people live their lives. However, I think letting people live their lives and accepting people in the way they want to live their lives has actually led to some very negative consequences for society. So I do think that there's a balance, not necessarily when it comes to video games, but I mentioned before all the out of the garbage slop that comes out of Disney Star Wars, Rogue One and Andor are exceptions. And ironically, Rogue One felt more like real Star Wars than The Force Awakens because Force Awakens was hollow and shallow. I recently rewatched Rogue One for the first time in a long time. If you like that movie, I think there's something wrong with you. That movie's fucking trash. None of the characters are interesting.
I don't
None
think
of
it's
the characters
great.
are fucking compelling. It is a boring ass, bland ass, stupid fucking movie that is only remembered for the last 20 minutes.
It's true. It's true. And sometimes that 20 minutes matters.
Supreme Lord, Rogue One fell close to the real Star Wars. We only knew because it honored what made the OT so unique with the rebellion fighting the Empire compared to Force Awakens that was banking on nostalgia. Rogue One's garbage. That's my opinion.
Fair.
Rewatch it again and see if you feel the same way.
I will. I'll probably feel the same as you.
Not
I remember
you, anybody that likes it,
remember liking it. I didn't love it. It obviously wasn't as good as fucking so much of the good Star Wars content we've ever gotten. But I liked it enough. But maybe like now at this point, I'd view it a bit differently.
I'm all caught up.
Okay, cool. BMC CB, thank you for the 10. Don't tell Ripa Ray is dead.
I think he means don't tell Ripa Ray Liotta is dead.
Yeah.
Not Ripa Ray.
Oh yeah, I just didn't add the extra word. I knew what he meant. He needs
Don't
a comma
Ripa
in there
Ray.
or something, yeah. And Snacks, thank you for the 5. How about an AC set during Prohibition era? The base could be a speakeasy. I think with Assassin's Creed, the same way that Star Wars has been going, Star Trek has been going, basically a lot of long-running established series have been going. I think that they need to let them sit for a few years and really think about what they want to do because there are a million good ideas and a million better ideas than the trash they're coming up with. So, yeah, doesn't sound...
For fucking 5 years, just do a couple remakes.
Yeah, they might as well.
Do an Ezio storyline like remakes where you don't change the story, you just upgrade it. Just fucking put those out. It'll cost you, it won't cost you that much, and you make bank. And figure it out before you start putting out any of this new shit.
They should have saved the Black Flag remake for like in the middle. So let's say they're stopped for 4 years of making brand new mainline entries or 5 years. Do a couple of other remakes as well, but have that be the central one in the middle or maybe slightly towards the end. But instead, it's like they're releasing it now, which is still pretty close to the release of their last mainline entry. Very bizarre, in my opinion. Don't really know what they're thinking. So, yeah, it is what it is. And BMC, thank you for the 10. If I could type, I wouldn't be a BM.
That is very true. At least you know your weaknesses there, BMC.
But thank you for that. So Ryan, what do you have going on? What are your plans until the next episode of the Fuck My Life podcast?
I don't know. Just fucking nothingness.
Living.
Drink and sleep and hope my channel doesn't get demonetized, I guess. You can come check it out, I guess. Ryan Kinnell, RK Outpost. That's my channel.
That is his channel.
Go subscribe. I hope
Very
that was
inspiring.
I hope that was a great pitch. That's how I feel. So Yeah.
It really was. All of his links are in the description. And of course, guys, I will be live streaming video games tomorrow per usual. Vera Virtue Show Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern. Fuck My Life is a rotating show. Same with V&V. So next week, Fuck My Life will be live over on Ryan's channel. So yes, make sure to subscribe. Check that out. Also check out my second channel, Varadark Reviews. I'll be uploading until, yeah, maybe we get demonetized and then we're straight up cooked. So yeah, I'm going to be putting up my review of Mouse PI for Hire probably tonight or like tomorrow, which that was a really great game. So check that out. And per usual, video games Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, Sundays, and then many, many videos every single day. It seems like it never ends, but yeah. Guys, check out all of Ryan's links in the description. Looked like you were going to say something. Maybe not.
No, I'm just
Okay,
getting
you
ready.
sat forward. Usually
I'm-
when like you sit forward, it's like you're locking in. So
That's fun. Like that's what Jeremy says too.
yeah.
And oftentimes that is the case. Sometimes I'm just adjusting, but I was getting ready to wave bye to people. That's what I was doing.
Okay. But check out the links in the description, guys. Follow us on social media. Join the Discord, my Discord, if you're not already a part of it. Thanks for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for stopping by. And have a very fantastic rest of your evening, everyone.
Have a very good day.